Hello, and welcome back to the show. Today, I have on a very special guest who would now like to introduce himself.
I'm Diego.
He's my brother, and we're just going to talk about some stuff today. None of us are experts on anything, so...
Well, maybe not you.
Yeah, not me. Not you either, and we'll see about that.
Yeah.
So we're just... There's so much going on all the time. And the thing is, we were talking in pre-show about serious podcasting, and there's too many serious podcasts, I think. So we're just going to maybe not be so serious today when we talk about some of this stuff. First of all, obviously, podcast wars are getting pretty wild out there right now on X. With the whole Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, Alex Jones, Tucker Carlson drama, the old MAGA versus new MAGA, all of that. And regardless of what your opinions of Candace Owens regardless, I think there's something very interesting happening with new MAGA where, and you tell me what you think about this, where... Basically, I'm calling it CDS, which is sort of like TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, except it's CDS, Candace derangement syndrome, where basically any question that gets asked by Candace or anything that Candace says, new MAGA wants to do the exact opposite or fire back harder with something totally irrelevant or debunk stuff that isn't even really being debunked. And so Laura Loomer, one of Trump's advisors, posted this. Is just, guys, Laura Loomer is kind of a psycho. She is so, like, she basically thinks that Catholicism is a club. This is what's happening. This is her tweet. I'm just going to read it to you. This is in response to Carrie Prejean Bowler's tweet. "You are so cruel. I pray you repent and give your life to Jesus Christ and find the Catholic Church. Real Candace Owens is a beautiful Catholic woman, wife, and mother. Stop with your racist, hateful, nasty, bigoted remarks. Christ is king." Laura Loomer says, "I'd rather be a die-hard atheist than be a member of any church that welcomes people like you and Candace to join its ranks. You use your phony religious grandstanding as a shield to harass grieving widows, and you align with Islamicists who want Sharia supremacy. Atheism is more appealing than joining anything you claim to be a part of." Thoughts?
I mean, if she doesn't want to be a part of the church, nothing's stopping her
from leaving.
Yeah, by all means, go for it. I mean, she clearly doesn't understand it in the beginning, so
yeah. I mean, this is the thing. It's like people make fun of Candace for like converting to Catholicism fairly recently. A lot of people who call themselves Christians are talking about this. But yet you've got people like Laura Loomer saying that she's just gonna up and become an atheist because Candace is a Catholic. So it's sort of just like a glorified club to people like Laura Loomer.
And as a Catholic, you don't say things like that lightly, as a real Catholic.
Right. Like, she obviously doesn't take her faith seriously if she thinks she can just leave and become an atheist. Like, it's never about God to her because you're like, oh, guess I don't believe in God anymore.
Well, it's changing the importance scale, right? Just saying it's more important to not be a part of the faith because of some of the people that are in the church, whereas the loyalty to God himself. It's changing the importance, taking it from God and putting it on the members instead.
Totally. And I think that's one of the shallowest reasons I've ever heard of someone not practicing like Catholicism is like, oh, it's because I don't like the people.
Hitler was a Catholic.
Was he really?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that. Oh my God. See, this is what I'm saying though. Like, if you are just like...
You seriously didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Wild. Yeah.
No, that's wild.
Yeah.
But like, if you're if you're just saying Catholicism is the people versus the actual faith, you're not understanding the foundational part of what faith is. It's not just, oh, I want to hang out with these people, or if I don't like you, I don't want to hang out here anymore, and I'm going to go be an atheist. So I think it's pretty.
Yeah, it's not a club.
Right. Catholics should be pretty insulted by what Laura Loomer has to say, because she basically thinks that your faith is just a hangout and
willy-nilly.
Yeah. So what I was saying was, like, people often have this excuse of like, oh, I left the Catholic Church because some priests are bad and like they do bad stuff. And it's like,
it's human nature.
You realize, yeah, exactly. Like, you realize that the church is being run by human beings. So yes, Christ established a church and all this, but it's being run by flawed individuals. Like, we should come down hard on that stuff for sure. But
that's the difference between the church and the faith too, right?
Right.
You can be a strong Catholic in your faith, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not agree with everything the church says, right? Which is completely valid, because you're right. The church is run by flawed individuals sometimes. And we have to, us as Catholics, we have to be able to recognize that and, determine where is right and where is wrong.
Right. And separate the two, right? Like,
exactly.
These flawed priests or, flawed people in the church, who popes, everybody who does things that maybe you think are wrong doesn't mean that should taint the faith of actual Catholicism or the faith that you supposedly have. But I don't think Laura Loomer does, because she's just willing to just throw it away because she doesn't want to be in the same room with Candace. So that's sad. We have a couple more, actually one more serious story before we get to some fun stuff. But before we get to this Canada bill about hate speech, that's kind of drowned out in the noise of Trump posting a picture of himself as Jesus, I want to tell you about a couple of sponsors. First of all, I want to tell you about Amalo Tallow. Amalo is a small family-owned business. They have not just tallow, which is great for your skin, but also dry shampoo, lip balm, deodorant now. They got a lot of really good stuff, and it's all natural, simple ingredients. If you have allergies to fragrances or things like that, this is a really good brand for you, because I am one of those people and I use this stuff all the time. So you can go to amalo.com/hangover and use code hangover for a discount there at Amalo. Also, I want to tell you about Heaven's Harvest, because spring is finally here and they just have real good stuff, guys. They've got, I actually have their seed kit that has a ton of different seeds for whatever tickles your fancy and you want to plant this spring. Vegetables, herbs. They also have emergency food kits, and now they have this new dehydrated apple chips, blueberries, banana chips. But the emergency food kits I also have down in my basement in case of emergencies. And they're in NASA grade packaging, so they have a 25-year shelf life. Really good stuff to have around the house just for peace of mind. If anything were to happen, you have that backup. You can go to heavensharvest.com/hangover and use code hangover for a discount. Alrighty, let's get back to our stories here. So this Canada bill, it's essentially a bill on hate speech. And I'll go ahead and just start with the actual bill text here. Or actually, rather, the government website explanation here. Backgrounder says, rising anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, homophobia, and transphobia have left too many people feeling unsafe in their own communities. So it goes on to say that this bill is supposed to clarify the definition of hate speech, what that means. You can't use certain symbols in public that are considered terrorism or hate speech symbols. And also, they are foregoing the Attorney General consent for laying hate propaganda charges. So that is the government website explanation. The part that I really want to focus on with this is this is the actual bill text. The B section where it says create an offense of willfully promoting hatred against any identifiable group by displaying certain symbols in public places. Now, it goes on to list what kind of stuff it's talking about. Things like swastika, things like that are considered, actual hate things, terrorism symbols. The part that I want to focus on, though, is the fact that they are being a little bit vague with these lists of symbols. So they have a list, but it's basically like including, but not limited to, these symbols. And I think the part where this could become a very slippery slope is with the, I guess, with the backgrounder, where it's listing these people who are supposedly marginalized, right? Anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, homophobia, transphobia. These are the groups that this hate speech law is supposed to protect. But even in the United States, we're seeing more of this narrative that openly practicing Christianity is to some people offensive or hateful, I guess. For instance, Christ is King. You hear that on Twitter, you see it, especially if you are kind of in the weeds of X or other social media platforms, if you follow the podcast at all. Christ is King is considered anti-Semitic by some people, I guess.
Who in particular?
Well, you have people like Ben Shapiro. Like, this is one of the reasons why Candace Owens was fired from the Daily Wire, saying things like Christ is King. I guess some people like Ben Shapiro think that is anti-Semitic because it's supposed to be like, I don't know, like making it seem like Jews are not, I don't even know, to be honest. But this is the point, is that like saying something as simple and as true as Christ is King gets you fired from places, or it just has this undertone that the media has made it anti-Semitic. So my point here is this: if you are in Canada and a law like this goes into place, it makes it very easy for Canada law to say something like, you're not allowed to say Christ is King. You're not allowed to say Jesus is King. You're not allowed to wear crucifix on the outside of your shirt or whatever, because that's offensive to some people.
Have to go with every other religion as well.
Like what?
Like Islam, Judaism, probably not Buddhism, honestly, because they're pretty chill. But definitely different variations of Hinduism, things like that. Because there's been a lot of wars, a lot of holy wars, a lot of different discriminations between different parties, things like that. If they were to start targeting religions with this bill, then it would have to be all of them, mostly.
But this is the thing, like in the backgrounder, it's saying these are the groups we're protecting from hateful speech.
Right.
Jews, Muslims, gay people,
but not limited to
trans people.
Correct.
It's saying rising anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, homophobia, and transphobia.
It's just the reason why they're doing the bill.
Yeah. This is the backgrounder. Like, these people are feeling unsafe. And granted, like, obviously displaying a swastika should be illegal. But my point is, and here's an example just to show you what I'm kind of talking about here, is that maybe the internet has blown this up. I don't know. But certain parts of Christianity, people are saying, oh, if you say that, that's anti-Semitic. If you say that, that's, offensive to this religion, this other religion. They consider it an attack, right? And we were talking earlier about the Crusades, how it used to be that the cross was considered an oppressive symbol because...
So it's Islam.
Right, because of the Crusades, right? So here's an example. This is from The Guardian. Obviously, this is an older article, but this article is called "Christians Must Understand That for Jews, the Cross is a Symbol of Oppression." This person goes on to explain things like the Crusades and like why, subheadline, few ideas have been as poisonous as or inspired more murderousness than the idea that Jews were Christ killers. Okay. We understand that we should all learn history in this kind of thing. But, and this is kind of a history of the cross in the Middle Ages.
So they admit it's the Christ, huh?
Oh, yeah. Right. Gotcha. Anyways, I just wanted to bring this up because, yes, hate speech is very serious, but I think we need to be very careful about what we're including and not discluding from hate speech, because people are so sensitive. Like, just the idea that Christ is king is considered anti-Semitic now is just kind of like, how? Like, you know what I mean?
That's the thing. Christ is it's not, we're not saying Jesus Christ is king when we say Christ is king, right? It's implied, yes. However, Jews also believe in the Christ. They just don't think he's come yet. Christos, it means,
right.
it has different meanings. So I don't know why they're targeting it in particular, since it's just implied for certain people. It doesn't have to be offensive if they don't want it to be.
Right, but
just
it could
like just like for example, like when people say, what is it? Assalamu alaikum, right?
Mm-hmm.
It means like peace be with you. It means God's peace be with you. Like Allah means God, right?
And, for Muslims, yeah.
Right, but that's the translation. It means God.
Mm-hmm.
So if you translate it to English.
Okay.
It's not necessarily, it's not different. It's just a different language. It doesn't mean a different God. They view God differently, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And some people might argue it's a flawed viewing.
Mm-hmm.
However, the word Allah means God.
Okay.
That is factual. So they shouldn't be, things like that shouldn't be offensive.
Well, even more so then, right? Like if you're saying, Jews still believe in the Christ, they just don't think Jesus was the Christ.
Yeah.
Then it could be applicable to them as well.
Yeah, Christ is king, right?
But
yes, they would agree as well, as long as we're not implying Jesus Christ is king.
But even if I am implying Jesus Christ is king,
well, then what's their problem?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They could say yes, Christ is king.
They could.
You could say Jesus Christ is king, and at that point they could disagree. But
disagree or say that's hate speech.
They can't say that's hate speech.
They can. They're doing it.
As difference of opinion, they're not doing it yet. They haven't started targeting religions yet.
Well, this is the bill.
Broad.
It's broad. It's too broad. This is the problem, because too broad means anything can fall under that umbrella if it's subjective enough and that person is insistent enough.
Right, but as soon as one religion goes under there, it's going to become every religion. Because as soon as Catholics are targeted, how much you want to bet it's going to be Islam next, and then it's going to be Judaism, and then it's going to just keep...
I don't think so.
I think so.
You know why? Because I think about the United States. Okay. When is the last time you heard the mainstream media talk about Christians being singled out and targeted to the same degree that you hear Islamophobia or anti-Semitism in the United States?
No, it's not really talked about, no.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, like, you have this
so you think
this terrorist...
It's the start of the trend?
Yeah, I think Christianity is a different case here, because...
You think it's going to be the next target of social
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Because Marxism is very, it's bleeding into our culture, and Christianity is in direct opposition to Marxism.
Right.
And so that makes it a threat more so than Judaism or Islam.
Well,
and
where in the Catholic religion does it say to go out and say kill people for them, being homosexual, transsexual, or whatever, or because it doesn't, right? Whereas, like in the Quran and things like that, it does,
right?
And so, I mean, Catholicism doesn't it doesn't incite violence,
and yet Islamophobia, supposedly, like Muslims are portrayed as more victimized despite their faith calling for killing the infidels.
right?
So you have,
because there are peaceful Islamic people. I have friends who are Islamic.
Yes,
they're nice people.
Yes, but culturally, because if they actually practiced Islam the way that Islam is supposed to be practiced, it's not a peaceful religion.
No.
So, for instance, you have terrorist situations like back in Denver. It's all over the place now. But an interesting trend is that they don't like to identify the person right away because of Islamophobia. You can find articles about this all over the place. Same goes with, this is kind of going on a tangent, but the same with illegal aliens, right? A crime happens, somebody gets murdered. They say things like, oh, Maryland man gets arrested, when in reality it was an illegal alien from like Venezuela or something who's like a 16-time felon. But they don't want to say that because that would, I don't know, like encourage racism or something. I don't even know. But the point is that there's this protection of that.
Well, it's also clickbait too, because if you see someone that says like Maryland man, murders a family of 4 versus like, a known offender that kills a family of 4. Obviously,
Yeah, it's
what's new,
right? Well, they want it to be in line with the narrative, right? If you see an article that says Maryland man kills a family of 4 versus illegal alien kills a family of 4, people might be like, maybe illegal aliens, maybe that's like a problem because this keeps coming up.
That's the thing you have to see about news too. They're either going for entertainment or going to tame the crowd in a certain way. Right. They either want people to think a certain way or they're just, want people to tune in and get more viewers because, influence empowers a matter of influence, right? If you have their loyalty, then you can control them for the long run.
As long as it's not counter narrative, which a lot of times it is, which is why you got to read past the headlines.
Exactly.
All right. So moving on, we have to talk about Coachella. Happened this past weekend. Justin Bieber was there. Very, very nostalgic.
Yeah. Buddy's out of hiding.
Yeah, Buddy's out of hiding. He is. He's back. Well, maybe not, but he's back for the weekend at Coachella.
Yeah.
He's literally just YouTubing his own music and singing along.
Yeah.
But like everyone loves it.
Yeah.
Look at that. Like, this is the liveliest crowd I've seen at Coachella.
He's out of hiding. It's.
Are you at the roller rink?
Yeah, he's tuning back into the old days,
Yo. All right. But his set was very interesting.
Back when, Selena Gomez still liked him.
So sad. No, he's happily married. But it was an interesting setup. He basically had like the projector YouTubing his own stuff and singing along and like a chair with a table. Yeah. And that was like it. And people loved it. So maybe that's a sign to all the other artists. Just like
stop trying so hard.
Keep it simple. Yeah.
Simplicity.
Stop trying so hard. Maybe
it also could be laziness. Who knows?
I mean, successful laziness.
I mean, yeah, of course
either
it's
way.
going to be successful. So how long has he been in hiding?
A while.
Yeah, a few years, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he just needed a cash injection. So he was like, all right, set up a projector and give me a chair at Coachella and, I'll be good to go. I'll just karaoke my own songs.
Made everyone's day.
I know Katy Perry was going crazy. Did you see that?
No, I
didn't.
He was
screaming.
What? I think he was also looking at memes at one point.
Makes sense.
Just the goat. Anyways, so one other thing about Coachella that I wanted to look at was the difference in energy of the crowds.
Minus Justin Bieber.
He doesn't count because that's just like kind of a phenomenon on its own. But in general, the crowds of this Coachella versus old time Coachellas. All right. So here are a couple of examples of the crowd from this Coachella. Wow. They look like they're having so much fun. Anyways, go ahead.
I mean, geez. Well, I guess you're right. People go to Coachella for the posterity mostly. I mean, thing of chicken nuggets is like $89.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be much in a dancing mood either. But I mean, when was the last time you've been to like a club?
Probably a good 5 years ago.
Yeah, people don't really dance anymore. Not really. No.
I mean, but
dancing's dying in society. I'm gonna be honest.
It's true.
Unless you go to like a punk concert, that gets lively. That's real. There's a lot of crowd surfing. The mosh pits go crazy. But like in terms of like pop and like rock and stuff like that, yeah, it's gonna be pretty dead. People are just gonna be trying to listen to the music.
I don't know. Sad. I mean, it's true. But even like the lame dancing, right? Like we're talking about like literally just jumping up and down, like with your arm in the air or something.
It's hot.
But like, yeah, the crowd's dead. And compare that to old time Coachellas.
Old time, yeah, they were going crazy.
Like watch this, dude. Whoa.
Yeah.
This is what? This was Coachella 2009.
It was also a lot cheaper back then.
You think that's why?
I mean, yeah, if people were, weren't spending as much money, they were going to be happy.
I don't know. They just look happier.
How does Burning Man look these days?
Burning Man? Who's Burning Man?
Burning Man?
Who's Burning Man?
You don't know what Burning Man is?
No.
The music festival?
Oh, no.
It's like a 3-day festival.
I'm old, like I guess.
People just like take like tents out there and like.
Burning Man?
It's been going on for years.
Is the crowd dead there too?
I don't know. I haven't been yet.
Huh.
But yeah, could also be the less just like ingestion of drugs these days.
Yes.
I think people are starting to realize that doing coke is bad for you.
And maybe your weight loss injections are making you numb to fun.
Yeah.
It's like something else. Maybe it's the seed oils. I don't know.
It's probably the vegetable oils, yeah.
And they also didn't have, I mean, there were smartphones, I guess, back then in 2009, 2012 era, but like not to the extent of now. I feel like now people are more interested in documenting that they're somewhere versus
actually
just
being there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
And
I've seen that, yeah.
And I'm wondering too if people are just getting bored with the mundane. It's not that it's mundane. Let me rephrase that. It's more they're used to watching the highlight reels, right? Like with the social media. Like, so if you're actually somewhere all day, you're like, I just want the highlight reel. Like my attention span is not there for a full 4-minute song even, because I'm just like, I want the highlight reel type of thing, or to film the highlight reel, you know.
I think going back to the documentation thing, I think people, overall, there's people are sad. People just aren't as lively as they used to be. People document nowadays because they like reminiscing, about
a time that they didn't have a good time.
Yeah, I mean, just like today, right? Like when I got rid of my dog, I wanted to make sure I had a video of her in my car, just like giving her some pets. And
that's really sad.
I know, but I wanted to make sure I documented it so I could go back and look at it. Because I know I'm not going to be able to, experience that again. And so yeah, I made sure and documented that. But like we were talking earlier about
it's a dark turn.
Average, age of retirement and lifespan, retirement's like what?
70
now, yeah. And then lifespan's like 75. So
yeah, people are sad.
I mean, what are you going to do for 5 years when you're that old? You got to reminisce. You're not going to be able to go climb Mount Everest like you always wanted to.
Your knees are blown out.
Exactly. Your knees are blown out and you got cancer from all the pollution in the air.
That's right. Well, yeah, I mean, I think...
So, yeah, documentation and just... I don't know, I think a lot of people are just waiting around to die these days,
It's pretty depressing.
It is.
Really.
It's grim.
You know what else is grim? The Harry Potter remake. I'm just kidding. I haven't seen it, but we're going to watch the trailer and share some thoughts on some stuff. Watch this.
I told you. You are a normal boy. And you're going to start acting like one. You think you're something special?
I'm being bullied. Gosh.
There is nothing special about you.
I've always wanted to know about my parents.
Your parents were the kindest, bravest people I ever met.
I think it'll say at the end.
They were funny and
I actually think
clever.
This is Hagrid.
Yeah.
I'm alright.
They stood up for what they believed was right. The next time I see you, we'll be in Hogwarts.
Mr. Potter, I think we can expect great things from you. Let's see who you are.
I'll put the game.
Are you really Harry Potter?
You'll see in a minute. Philosopher's Stone.
That's the original title. Yeah.
Christmas 2026.
So Sorcerer's Stone.
Yeah, it's like the newest title.
Yeah.
So, I think reading some comments on this, a lot of people are excited that it seems like a lot of the details that were missing in the movies are going to be in this, like Harry Potter being bullied, which you found so funny. Like Petunia cutting his hair and just stuff like that the movies didn't have in it. Obviously J.K. Rowling's a part of this, so I'm definitely happy about that. I'm just very wary because so many remakes, they just mess it up. Like Greta, whatever her name is, doing the new Narnia, I'm very worried about that. I feel like she's just gonna ruin it.
Wait, what?
Greta Gerwig, whatever. She directed Barbie.
Oh, okay. I think.
Yeah. she's doing Narnia. And it's just everything's so woke that I'm just worried that they're going to make it too woke. You know what I mean?
So, I mean, and because, I mean, C.S. Lewis is like one of the greatest Christian writers of all time.
Right. Yeah. And if you saw Barbie, you'd understand why I'm a little worried. Anyways, but to the Harry Potter part of this, we got to talk about Black Snape, guys. I mean,
So, in my personal opinion, if J.K. Rowling is cool with Snape being black, I mean, you know, that's her character. She created him. I feel like we have no right to take ownership of her character if she says it's okay. You know, even if Snape was white in the books,
he was.
Regardless, it's her character. You know, if she thinks it's okay for, you know, one of the, you know, presentations of her work to be presented by
Yes.
I think it's fine. I mean, you know, if she's cool with it, then I mean, hopefully he's a good actor.
That's valid. But I also think that
obviously they're trying to get more racial diversity because who's black?
That's the thing. Like that's
everybody's white.
That's what I don't like though. No, not everybody.
Who's not?
What do you mean?
Who's not white in there?
Shackable, Dean.
Who the heck is Shackable and Dean?
All right.
I'm talking about main characters.
Main characters? No, I mean there aren't any.
Exactly. That's why they're trying to get racial diversity.
But that's what pisses me off is like we're at a point where like they would hire someone.
It's money. Racial diversity sells.
Racial diversity versus being true to the character. And to your point, like if J.K. Rowling's cool with it, fine. But I also think the people who read the books, and
maybe he's a great actor.
Maybe he is, and I hope he is. But I also think that the people who read Harry Potter and grew up with Harry Potter have a right to feel a little bit like I don't see it yet. I mean, granted, this thing hasn't come out yet. So we've just seen the trailer. But we gotta.
Do we know for certain that's Snape?
Yeah.
Okay.
We do.
Yeah.
But we gotta poke fun at it a little bit. All right. If you're gonna be cast as Black Snape, and by the way, if they did this the other way around, there'd be outrage. So I think it's okay for people to be like, I don't know if I feel like he's Snape.
Well, I mean, he's not doing like whiteface. Yeah, if a white person got that.
Well, but meaning like if a character was black in the book and they did a movie adaptation and cast a white person, they'd be like
a white Django.
Right. Well, okay, that's yeah. That would be pretty bad. But you get my point. We got to make fun of it a little bit. So here's a little treat for you.
Explain to us one more time why you don't trust Professor Snape.
I don't know. I just have this feeling that he's working for Voldemort. Your kid. You see that nerdy old white professor laying around? Man, I need to tap that behind ASAP.
Professor, are you going to teach us how to make polyjuice potion this year?
Shut up, ho. I don't know about no polyjuice potion. Just let me know when you see that old white mama. In the meantime, I'm gonna be out back shooting hoops.
Oh, I see. It's because he's black, isn't it?
No, it's just something about him, that's all. Like if I was on the sidewalk and saw him coming, I would probably cross the street where it feels safer.
Right, because he's black.
Oi, Harry, I think you might be a little racist.
No, I'm not. Let's just change the subject.
All right, what you want to talk about then?
Malfoy. I think he's up to no good.
Yeah? Why is that?
Hey, Harry, I heard you're a seeker for the Gryffindor Quidditch team. My father says you're going to fail. Shut up, Malfoy. Whatever, fool.
Oh, I see. It's because he's Mexican.
No, it's just something about him. I know he works for Voldemort. I know it. Everyone like him probably does.
You mean everyone like him as in all Mexicans?
That's not what I mean at all.
Harry, what would you say if I told you I'm Jewish?
But you're not, so it doesn't matter.
Well, actually, Harry, I am.
Ron, can I speak to you in private?
Oi, Harry, what is it?
It's Hermione. I think she's working for Voldemort.
Because she's Jewish?
No, it's just all of a sudden she seems suspicious.
Blimey, Harry, I think you're a bigot. Can I just ask what is it about Lord Voldemort that's so evil?
Oh, bloody hell, Ron, are you serious? Just look at him.
You can't put that, Katya. That's obviously racist. You can't.
Okay, but we're Mexican, all right? So we can acknowledge the funniness here. But, like, you realize that when they do this Harry Potter, Harry's going to be like, only black person in this series I find suspicious. Why do you find him suspicious, Harry? I don't know. There's just something about
Snape?
him. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's probably going to act the same, like weird, you know, he's going to be just like, you know, whispering and stuff to the other, like, stuttering guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just weird stuff. And plus he was a Death Eater.
Well, yeah, but you don't know that till later.
Not till later.
I mean, this is only the first book.
So he's got a record.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. I mean, we can bring back comedy. It's fine. We're not racist here. I hope he does a good job. I really hope he does. But in the meantime,
yeah, I really
we're gonna poke fun at it because, you know, I mean, everyone gets made fun of in the limelight to some degree. So,
and if he doesn't do a good job, I'm gonna make fun of him even more.
That's right. We're gonna do a follow-up episode on how bad it was.
Yeah, I'm gonna be pissed.
Terrible. Anyway, that's all we have for you today. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. Where can people find you?
Me?
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yep.
Diego_Melgoza.
I will put it in the description.
As you should.
You guys know where to find me on Twitter and TikTok. We'll see you guys next time.